Welcome back, Cougars. So in this video, we're going to do the second challenge for day 4 motion of our Maze Challenge coding. So let's look at the instructions and see what we need to do for challenge 2. And for challenge 2, we need to create a new Scratch program called if-then motion. And then we need to use the if-then blocks, which are also called conditional statements, to code the cat to move up, down, left, and right with the arrow keys, and take a screenshot and turn it in. So we're in Scratch now. We're going to title our new program If Then Motion. We're going to share it. And let's start coding. So we'll select the sprite we want to code. We need our code to start when the green flag is pressed. And we're going to grab an if-then statement. And we're going to use our sensing blocks now and say if key is pressed, then move. So let's start with the up arrow and say if the up arrow is pressed, remember that the up and down arrow are on our y-axis. If the up arrow is pressed, change the y value by 10. Let's duplicate this. If the down arrow is pressed, change the y value by -10. And then let's just build in our values, our x-axis motion, and say if if the right arrow key is pressed, in this case we want to move our x value, so change x by 10, and if the left arrow key is pressed, change x by -10. And so let's put this on our starting hat here. And it looks like it should work. But when we start hitting our arrow keys, our cat doesn't move. So what's going on here? Well, remember that computer code reads at approximately 1,000 lines per second. So our code is reading all of this one time, reading it straight through one time, and unless we hit these keys in the first thousandth of a second of our code, it's not going to do anything. We need this code to be run over and over and over. So let's go back into controls, and we're going to put it all in a forever loop. Now, as our code is running, it is constantly checking to see if the up arrow is pressed, and when it is, our cat goes up. And it's checking to see if the down arrow is pressed, right arrow or left arrow, and we now have motion of our cat using if-then statements.